Hey everybody, welcome back to another movie review. Hope you guys been enjoying the content on the channel as of late. And before you ask, yes, we have a little bit of a different setup going on. New vehicle. I have a new car, and I'll be explaining that in a future video pretty soon. My just long story short, my car died, and I ended up getting a new car. So I'm still in the process of junking it and getting all the equipment back. So for now, things are going to be a little bit iffy in terms of like reviewing stuff out of theater, if that is a thing. So, um, but but I was able to catch an early screening of Strays, which was I really don't know or care who directed and written it or wrote it. I know that it was produced by the by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Um, uh, I mean, it's no secret based on just my overall demeanor. I hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It is just like there is like I really questioned my insanity while watching it because um I feel like there's many emotions that I felt while watching it. For starters, I felt extremely uncomfortable with it because of the content of it. I don't get where people find the humor in this film. I think it is extremely inappropriate. It is just, for some reason the film believes that animal cruelty is hilarious, and it's not. I don't get where you could find humor in that. And apparently, dogs having sex repeatedly, and cussing repeatedly. Apparently, that is very, very funny. It's not. Um, like you have to be very simple-minded to appreciate it because the only thing that makes that the only real I really just thought I was losing it. Like I really felt like I was losing my grip to my insanity or to my sanity. I just like there's just like there's just so much um content in it that I had to look away because I was just genuinely uncomfortable with it. I could not find myself at any point um, understanding its humor. Um, I found it to be really gross, in some ways offensive because of just again, some of the depictions of certain sequences and the 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 um, the like like I said, this idea of animal cruelty somehow being funny. It's not funny at all. Apparently, beating up your animals and neglecting them is super hilarious if it's through the perspective of a dog who is most times just completely, um, like I just uh like that's really the feeling, really the sound that I can give that can describe Strays. It's just a huge sigh and just a huge um grown, like, you know. And I will, and look, I mean, I recently lost my dog, so, so obviously seeing doggies, obviously, I did get a little bit tender, because of that, because of my dog passing away recently, but, um, um, I mean, they're cute. I mean, the dogs are adorable. What can I say? Um, but everything else about it is just it, it's terrible, but it's the kind of terrible that interests you because you're surprised by how it's like because it goes for the shock value like every single time, like, oh look what we're doing this, oh look we're doing this, oh look we're doing this, isn't this shocking, isn't this crazy, isn't this shocking, isn't this insane? No, it's just stupid, and it's no, it makes no sense. No, it's not funny. um like nothing about it was funny. Nothing about it made real sense. Nothing about it was genuinely um, um, involving. It was just oh man, like yeah, wow, this is embarrassing. Like this is really insufferable. Like this is like I'm very happy I saw it because I knew it was going to be something of a mess just based on the trailer. Like it for what cats did to cats, this is Strays does this to dogs. Like it's like cats, was just an embarrassment, and they had their version of like feline like depict. It just looks so weird, and for this they go for this really just tiresome depiction of dogs where they just have the dog there. Like you can literally see the dogs when they're barking and when they're panting, but then they have these lips, coming out. It's just like stuff we've seen over and over again. And for some reason, again, the depictions of these dogs, like apparently dogs tripping out on edibles, that's funny. Apparently dogs getting beat up by their owners, that's funny. Apparently dogs having repeated sex, that's funny. Dogs ripping a man's genitals off, that's apparently funny. No, it was just gross. It was just fairly um, no, very questionable in its optics. Um, like I I'm more amazed by how terrible it is than anything else. So, you know, in terms of shock value, in terms of the oh my god, isn't that crazy? It is crazy, but in the crazy in the wow, I'm actually amazed by how terrible that was. It is a huge pile of crap, and I strongly recommend that. Like, out of some sadistic mindset, I would say that you should check it out, but that would be giving the film money. So I mean, it's just terrible, like just a terrible, terrible piece. Man, just and also, what was with the messaging of the film? Like, see, toxicity, because it's about like toxicity and abuse and all that sort of stuff and how we move on from it. Um, like they somehow make it a message that, oh, look, being a stray is fun and it's great, and it's like, isn't the whole point of being a stray a bad thing? Like I thought that was the whole point, like of like that's why we have people rescuing animals from the streets and stuff like that. I thought that was meant to be a bad thing. But apparently it's not a bad thing. Apparently it's perfectly fine because you're doing your own thing and oh, look, we're being ourselves, we can do anything, It's just again like this, it makes no sense whatsoever in terms of its depictions, in terms of its attitude, in terms of its overall delivery. It makes no sense whatsoever. So there is really no story. It's just an excuse to have CGI things do really perverted and really, really gross stuff that I genuinely wonder. I my audience was laughing, but part of me thinks that, well, it's the audience. They don't really care too much. It doesn't take too much for audiences these days to laugh. Um, and for another, I have to imagine that some of them are just genuinely amazed by how terrible things are. It's just wow. That's like really that's the word I got out of it at one point. I was just saying like throughout the film, just wow, wow, wow. Now they had a person out here who was going to, because this is one of those early screenings, so they're having people come out and ask you for your review and stuff like that. I just passed by because I knew that if I had spoken to that person, they would have just told me to move on because the only positive thing that I can say about the film is that it was free. It was free. I didn't have to pay for it, and my lights just went off. Uh, it was free, and I didn't have to pay for it. That's the only thing I can say about positive about it because, wow, really, wow. So, I think I got it out. I could also say, to give it more merit, that it is also the kind of terrible that is fun, but I don't do that stupid card that people play where they're like, oh, it's so bad that's fun, so therefore it's not too bad. No, that's just a justification of accepting garbage. I don't do that. It is a terrible movie, okay? It is terrible Do not justify it that way. I know people will do it with this film. Do not do that, okay? That is a stupid rationale. I hate it when people say that. Oh, it's so bad, it's fun, therefore it's okay. Stop it. Stop it, okay? So, accept that it's a pile of trash, like I have. Um, so those are my thoughts on Strays. Terrible, just a terrible movie. You guys want to know your thoughts on Strays if you guys have seen it or if you guys choose to see it. Comes out August 18th. If you guys see it, sure. If you don't, you're saving some money. So, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.